Ever stop to wonder why we tick the way we do? What sparks joy, stings with pain, ignites fear, or blossoms into love? The human mind, it's a real head-scratcher, isn't it? And psychology, well, that's our toolkit for trying to figure it all out. But here's a cool thing to consider. There's not just one single way to look at how our minds work. There are actually 5 main angles we can take. 1. Peeking at the biological angle. Let's kick things off by thinking about our bodies. Seriously, imagine your brain as this incredible machine. All these intricate connections, like tiny wires and chemical messengers, all working together to make you, well, you. This viewpoint says that a lot of what goes on in our heads, our thoughts, our feelings, how we behave, it all boils down to our biology. Think genes, those little chemical messengers called neurotransmitters. The actual structures inside our brain, they're all key players in this story. Ever wondered why some folks seem naturally more on edge? It could be linked to their serotonin levels. Or why others act more impulsively? You might want to take a peek at what's happening in their frontal lobe. 2. Shifting focus to what we learn. The behavioral view. Okay, now let's do a complete 180. Forget about the inner workings for a second. The behavioral perspective, it's all about what we do. No deep thoughts, no hidden feelings, just observable behavior. This approach says we become who we are through learning. Think about it. Rewards that encourage us, punishments that discourage us, and all the things we pick up from our environment, they mold us bit by bit. Take a moment. Why do you jump when you hear a sudden loud bang? Why do you instinctively reach for your phone when you're feeling a bit bored? That's often conditioning, habits we've formed, patterns that have stuck. 3. Tuning into our inner thoughts, the cognitive lens. Now let's turn our attention inwards, to that constant chatter inside your head, that stream of thoughts that's always analyzing, judging, dreaming up scenarios. The cognitive perspective sees our minds a bit like computers, taking in information, processing it, solving problems, and storing memories for later. The crazy thing is, how we think can really mess with how we feel. Misinterpret a glance, jump to the worst conclusion, and suddenly you're spiraling into anxiety. It's not just what happens to us, it's how we make sense of it. 4. Diving deep down, exploring the psychodynamic world. All right, time to go a little deeper, like really deep. We're talking about the stuff that's going on beneath the surface, the unconscious part of our minds. The psychodynamic perspective, largely thanks to Freud, suggests that our behavior is often driven by these unconscious desires and unresolved conflicts from our childhood. So, you're not just reacting to what's happening right now. You might be carrying around echoes of the past. That argument with your friend, it might be tapping into an old hurt you haven't even fully acknowledged. It's all about looking inwards, and sometimes it can get a little messy and emotional, but it can offer some powerful insights into why we do the things we do, especially the stuff we try to ignore. 5. Looking at our potential, the humanistic approach. Finally, let's shift to a perspective that's all about hope and empowerment. The humanistic view. It's a really positive and, well, human way of looking at things. This perspective says you're not just some lab experiment, not a complicated machine, and definitely not just a product of your past experiences. You're an individual with the power to make choices, with incredible potential, and with your own unique purpose. Thinkers like Carl Rogers and Abraham Maslow really emphasize this idea of self-actualization, that deep-seated drive we all have to become the best version of ourselves. So when you find yourself asking, "Who am I really?" This is the perspective that steps forward and says, let's explore that together. So which of these perspectives is the right one? Well, here's the thing. They all offer a piece of the puzzle. Each one gives us a different way to look at the incredible complexity of the human mind. And when you put them together, you start to get a much richer picture. Psychology isn't about finding one simple answer. It's about peeling back the layers, asking better questions, and striving for a deeper understanding of ourselves and each other.